welcome to the video everyone, where today we're going to be talking about Layer0 and the best, most efficient and cheapest way to get yourself eligible for their upcoming airdrop of their native token. So back on the 7th of December, as you can see here, 2023, Layer0 talked about how their protocol has been built with the ability to have a native token. They also showed some evidence in their GitHub page as well, where in some of the coding they are talking about a native token. I think it's ZSO or something like that. But yeah, anyway, we can pretty much confirm that according to this, they will be having an airdrop at some point in the first half of this year. So if you guys haven't been farming this protocol as of yet, I don't think you're too late. I don't think snapshots haven't been taken as of yet, but now is definitely the time to act and definitely the time to start using some different projects that will qualify you to get an airdrop from Layer0. So today's going to be about not just a bunch of different stuff you can use to get yourself eligible, but more so the most efficient and the cheapest projects that you can use out there in order to get you qualified, so you don't spend up too much gas money and stuff like that. So the first one that I recommend that you guys use is Startgate. Now there's like a bunch of things you can do on here. They do have their own native bridge. You can transfer between certain layer 2 blockchains. I definitely recommend that you do at least one swap using the Startgate bridge. One thing that's quite annoying though, I'll find that it's really difficult to bridge between certain networks. Now they've got a bunch of different networks on there you can choose from. You know, most of like the layer 2 and a bunch of layer 1s as well. But what I like to do at the moment especially is I like to kind of qualify myself for as many different airdrops in the same transaction. So, you know, I'm not really interested in bridging, you know, between BNB or Avalanche or Polygon or other networks that won't be doing an airdrop. I want to be focused on different chains that have upcoming airdrops. For example, Base, Linear and Scroll, the kind of the big three at the moment that I'm personally looking to transfer between. And unfortunately Stargate it's kind of difficult to bridge between these three networks, unfortunately. So we'll get onto some alternative bridges you can use that you will be able to bridge between those three chains in a little bit. But yeah, definitely make at least one bridge, even if it's just a small amount of funds using the Startgate bridge. Next, you can contribute to some of the pools, so you can stake some of these coins, and you can do it on a bunch of different networks as well. All those networks that we've seen before are available for that. So even if it's just a couple of dollars, just add to one of these pools and provide some liquidity somewhere. You can then move that into farming as well. So you can, the stuff that you're the pool that you stake into, you can then farm for some higher APYs. And then also the most important one is the staking here. So if you buy the native STG token, you can come in here on whichever chain you've bought it on and you can lock it up. Now I think this is one of the most important criteria, so make sure you come onto Startgate and make a transfer, make a bridge, contribute to one of the pools and stake some STG tokens, even if it's only a small amount. Maybe there will be certain eligibility criteria for staking a certain amount, maybe a minimum of $10 or a minimum of $100. I have no idea what it's going to be. So obviously only stake what you can actually afford. You know, if you can afford to stake $100, stake $100. If you can't, then just stake a smaller amount, $5-10 or something like that. So moving on now to a different bridge that we can use in order to transfer between the tokenless layer 2 blockchains. Personally, my favorite for doing the swaps is Wi-Fi. So you can come in here, you can see you can bridge between a bunch of these different layer 2s. We can now bridge between or transfer tokens between Base, Linear, Optimism, Arbitrum, who are still having, you know, airdrops later down the line too. Good thing about this is we can cross-chain token, so you can change your ETH into USD upon a different chain and stuff like that. The one downside I do find is that they don't have scroll, unfortunately. Scroll is not available on Wi-Fi. And also another thing that I did notice is that you can exchange on ZK Sync era, so you can change ETH for USDC, but you can't cross-chain on ZK Sync era as well, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, it is what it is. Still, this is one of the best swaps around, really, for getting yourself qualified for a lazyerzero token. And yeah, but if you do want one that's also you can bridge from scroll to a different layer 2, I do recommend another bridge, which is the ZK bridge. Now this one will also qualify you for a lazyerzero token, but one of the added benefits to the ZK bridge is the that you can use scroll as well. So you can do the majority of your swaps and your bridges on Wi-Fi, and you can come over here and use this one for scroll. So you can see there's base, linear and scroll all available that you can bridge funds in between. So you're getting yourself eligible not only for the lazyerzero airdrop, but you're moving funds around on these free chains, which are also tokenless and should be upcoming, you know, within 2024, maybe 2025, depending on which one. Another little feature that ZK Bridge have here is this message feature here. Now, if you change this onto a direct message here, you can switch between whichever network you want to send it to. You can probably best sending it from Polygon whilst it's such cheap gas on there. And this is actually probably one of the cheapest ways to get yourself a valid lazyerzero transaction, is by sending a direct message on the ZK Bridge feature, making sure that you're selecting Polygon as a network to go out, and then choose whichever one to go in. You send the message, and it costs you, you know, a certain amount of cent, but really a really cheap transaction that you can do. Moving on next, this is the last bridge and swap that I wanted to show you, OmniSwap here. You can bridge between a bunch of different blockchains as well on here. Choose whichever one you want. They've got 20 different chains to choose from, all the ones that we want. You know, scroll, linear, base, arbitrum, optimism, ZK Sync, Starknet. They're all here. One thing that I would say is that there is a maximum amount that you can bridge on this one, and I think it's quite low. It's like 0.7 ETH, which, okay, for it's still good. It's still going to get you, you know, thousands of dollars worth of bridging value, but it is lower than ZK Bridge. I think ZK Bridge is it has a 2 ETH maximum, so you can send more funds on here than you can on Omni BTC. But you know, it's up to you to choose. Some people might prefer Wi-Fi, some people might prefer ZK Bridge, and some people might prefer OmniSwap. It's up to you to choose. I'll be leaving a link to each of those three in the description of the video, and just so you know that each three of these is powered by lazyerzero, and your transactions will qualify yourself for a lazyerzero airdrop. Now, the last protocol I wanted to show you guys is Zipgas. Now, this is a way to send yourself some gas funds in each of the chain, and I think we've all been there before, where we wanted to make a transaction and we might have sent funds from one wallet to another and didn't leave gas money, and then all of a sudden we can't make a transaction on the chain because we don't have any gas anymore. Well, this is what the solution that GasZip has come up with. You can connect your wallet to whichever chain you have got funds on, and you can send your funds to all of these different neighboring blockchains. You can see here there's like 40 different ones to choose from, and the best part about it is how cheap it is to do to some of them. So your ticket, for example, the lazyerzero fee for Arbitrum Nova is just 4 cents. So it's just costing you 4 cents to send some funds over there, and you can choose a really small amount to do, like 1 cent's worth, 4 cents worth. You can do like 0.4 cents worth of Ethereum to go over there. And you can see here the maximum here is quite low, because the whole protocol is designed just to be sending yourself some gas money. And what you can do is you can go ahead and tick all of these, especially the cheaper ones. Some of them are more expensive, like obviously the bigger chains with more use on it are more expensive, but some of these smaller ones, Asta, Aurora, you can just see how cheap it is to send transactions over there. So, and each of these, so also make sure, sorry, one thing I forgot to mention is make sure that you click on lazyerzero here at the top at the first when you first get on the page. So you can have a choice between sending on GasZip or lazyerzero. Now make sure you selected lazyerzero here. all of these transactions that go out will be counted as action, zero transaction. So you can go ahead and tick all the cheap ones on here, tick 15, 20, and you'll be spending just a few dollars in gas money, and that's the best way to build up a decent amount of transaction volume on the Lazyerzero chain. And yeah, so they're my choices for getting yourself qualified for a Lazyerzero airdrop with the least hassle, the most efficient, and some of the cheapest ways to do it as well. And yeah, so guys, as always, if you liked the video, please do like and subscribe. Come join us in the Discord. The link is in the description of the video. And until next time, bye.